Liverpool Marcel Franke has joined Darmstadt on a season-long loan. Picture, Paul Chesterton. Focus Images. Copyright Focus Images Limited. www.focus-images.co.uk 447814482222. His Marcel Franke follows Marley Watkins through the Carrow Road exit door. David Freezer assesses the transfer success of Norwich City's new regime so far with the hits and misses of the past year. Head coach Daniel Farke and sporting director Stuart Webber, Wright, are working to try and bring success back to Norwich City. Picture, Denise Bradley. No club in the world gets every transfer right. The biggest clubs in the world have had plenty of flops, and Norwich City are no different. There has been a huge turnover of players as Canaries sporting director Stuart Webber tried to help balance the books while working with head coach Daniel Farke to try and stay competitive in the championship. While a 14th-placed finish leaves plenty of room to improve, plenty of the players brought in have proved popular with fans. Kenny McLean and Emi Buendia are the next players City supporters are waiting to get a proper look at, while January arrivals Onel Hernandez, Dennis Serbeni and Moritz Leitner all deserve more time, with Spurs loanee Marcus Edwards the only real flop of the January business. Here's how the new regime's signings have fared so far. Marley Watkins. Miss Marley Watkins has been sold to Bristol City after failing to settle at Norwich. Picture, Paul Chesterton. Focus Images. Fresh from a season of scoring 10 goals in 42 championship games for Barnsley, a free transfer seemed a very sensible signing. The forward failed to settle though, and most fans were pleased to see City manage to get £1 million from Bristol City for him earlier this month, after 1 goal in 28 games. Mario Vrancic hit the Bosnia. Mario Vrancic shooks of a tough start with City to show what he was capable of. Picture, Paul Chesterton. Focus Images. However, the 29-year-old eventually found his feet and started to show his passing range, leaving Farke to admit he was unlucky to lose his starting place. Angus Gunn hit. Signing a young goalkeeper who was yet to play a senior game was an undoubted gamble, if you look beyond the eye-catching story of a Norwich-born son of a Canaries legend returning to the club. Gunn backed up his potential though, big time. England senior call-up, third in Player of the Season vote, one of the best keepers in the league. Angus Gunn impressed while on loan with the Canaries from Manchester City. Picture, Paul Chesterton. Focus Images. Christoph Zimmermann hit. The imposing centre-back's quest to step up from the fourth tier of German football was always a low-risk move, as he followed Farke across from Dortmund U23s on a free transfer. Although his first City season wasn't always plain sailing, the defender's big character and obvious bravery have made him a fan favorite, and earned him a contract until 2021. Harrison Reed hit. Christoph Zimmermann earned a new contract after making the step up at Norwich City. Picture, Paul Chesterton. Focus Images. Just about qualifies as a hit after his season-long loan from Southampton, of which much of the second half was spent covering at right back. Lack of physicality was an issue in midfield, but excellent attitude and work ethic ensured he was popular with many City fans, although a return looks unlikely. James Husband missed another low-risk arrival after being signed for around £500,000 from Middlesbrough, in a deal worth up to £1 million, after injury issues had stunted his development, including loans at Fulham and Huddersfield. Harrison Reed spent the season on loan at City from Southampton. Picture by Paul Chesterton. Focus Images. Started 14 league games and saw Marcus Stiepermann chosen ahead of him at left-back before Jamal Lewis emerged at Christmas. 2 years left on his contract and only 24 years old, so time is on his side. Marcel Franke missed the most costly failure of the new era so far, after being signed from Greuther Fürth in a deal worth up to £2.5 million. Seventh appearance was the 4-0 nightmare at Millwall. January loan to Dynamo Dresden followed in January and now loaned back to the German second tier with Darmstadt for this season, who have the option to buy. James Husband has struggled for form since joining from Middlesbrough. Picture, Paul Chesterton. Focus Images. Tom Preibel hit. Werder Bremen midfielder established himself as a classy operator after joining on a free, having left Dutch side Den Haag. Missed 2 chunks of the season through injury but expected to be a key player if he can stay fit, having extended his contract until 2021. Marco Stiepermann, jury's out. Marcel Franke's last start for Norwich was during a 4-0 loss at Millwall. Picture, Paul Chesterton. Focus Images. Difficult to judge the ex-Bochum man after covering well at left-back before fading and telling the media he was born to score goals after his switch for a £1 million fee. Combative and determined, but missed most of the second half of the season after hernia surgery. Sean Raggett, jury's out. Towering defender signed for £350,000 but loaned back to Lincoln until January. Tom Tribal missed 2 chunks of City's season through injury. Picture, Paul Chesterton. Focus Images. Just 2 brief appearances as a substitute for City followed. Grant Hanley, hit at £3.5 million. The Scotland defender was the most expensive signing but has proved to be worth every penny, finishing second in the Player of the Season vote. Uncompromising, surprisingly speedy and a leader. Everything that was so badly needed after that awful day at Millwall. Marco Stiepermann missed most of the second half of the season after hernia surgery. Picture, Paul Chesterton. Focus Images. Do you agree with our assessments? Let us know in the poll below.